Dick Van Dyke, the eternal optimist whose rubbery grin and boundless energy have delighted generations, isn't one to let the weight of 99 years slow him down, not even when contemplating the cosmic joke of kicking the bucket just shy of the century mark. At a starlit fundraiser in Malibu over the weekend, the Mary Poppins legend held court with his trademark blend of self-deprecating humor and heartfelt reflection, quipping to a rapt audience that it might be funny if he didn't quite cross the finish line to 100. That's right. I'm not officially 100 until December 13th. 2 months. 2 months, he announced, pausing for effect before landing the punchline. It'd be funny if I didn't make it. The room erupted in laughter, a mix of affectionate chuckles and the kind of relieved applause that comes from witnessing a nonagenarian's unflinching zest for life. Flanked by his wife of nearly 13 years, Arlene Silver, 52, Van Dyke turned what could have been a somber milestone chat into a celebration of survival, serendipity, and the sheer absurdity of outlasting everyone else's expectations. The event, dubbed the Vandy High Tea, was a glittering affair under the California stars, raising funds for the Van Dyke Endowment of the Arts and the nascent Dick Van Dyke Museum, a brick-and-mortar tribute to a career that spanned vaudeville tents to Emmy statuettes. Held at a sprawling oceanside estate, the evening unfolded like a scene from one of his classic comedies. White-gloved servers circulating trays of finger sandwiches and scones, string quartets lilting through Chim Chim Sherry, and guests in pastel linens toasting the man who's become synonymous with silver screen joy. Van Dyke, dapper in a seersucker suit and bow tie, his hair a defiant shock of white, moved through the crowd with the spry gait of a man half his age, Silver at his side in a flowing sundress that caught the sea breeze. Their partnership, a second-act love story that began on the set of Murder 101 in 2000, was on full display, her hand steadying his elbow, his eyes lighting up at her every quip. It's this duo that's often credited with his longevity, as he confessed on stage, other than her, I didn't do anything right. Delving deeper into his reflections, Van Dyke marveled at the enigma of his endurance, admitting a lifetime of questionable choices that somehow conspired for vitality. I brag sometimes about how I made it to 100, and the truth is, if I had known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself, he said, his voice a melodic baritone undimmed by time. Smoking through his Dick Van Dyke Show heyday, skipping the kale smoothies of modern wellness gurus, and indulging in the occasional martini, Van Dyke's vices were as legendary as his virtues. Yet here he was, sharp as a tack, reciting improvised limericks and leading an impromptu sing-along of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. He pondered the what of his wellness aloud. Was it the daily walks along Malibu's beaches, where he'd recite Shakespeare to the waves? The vegan diet adopted in his 80s, swapping steaks for seitan after a wake-up call from his doctor? Or perhaps the unquantifiable magic of laughter, that daily tonic dispensed through decades of pratfalls and puns? Born December 13, 1925 in West Plains, Missouri, Van Dyke's life reads like an American fable. From radio crooner in the 40s to Broadway darling in Bye Bye Birdie, earning a Tony in 1961 for his jitterbugging zeal. Television immortality followed with The Dick Van Dyke Show, 1961 to 1966, where he played the bumbling writer Rob Petrie, a role so autobiographical it blurred lines between character and man. Opposite Mary Tyler Moore's Laura, their chemistry crackled with domestic wit, tackling taboo topics like workplace sexism with sly sophistication. Emmys piled up, 5 for him alone, cementing his status as everyman's hero. Films like Mary Poppins, 1964, soared him to stratospheric fame, his chimney sweep Bert a whirlwind of Cockney charm that introduced Julie Andrews to the world. Yet, beneath the accolades lurked shadows, a 1980s battle with alcoholism that nearly derailed him, a 2013 widowing from first wife Margie, after 36 years and 4 children, Christian, Barry, Stacy, and Carrie. Enter Arlene Silver, the makeup artist 46 years his junior who became his lifeline. Their 2012 nuptials at 86 were a defiant middle finger to convention, a Malibu courthouse ceremony followed by a Hawaiian honeymoon where he learned to hula. She keeps me young, he's fond of saying, crediting her with everything from tech tutorials to tango lessons. Together, they've championed causes close to his heart. The Arts Endowment, seeded with proceeds from his memoir My Lucky Life in and Out of Show Business, 2013, funds scholarships for underprivileged performers, echoing his own bootstrap rise from Danville, Illinois, stages. The museum, slated for groundbreaking next year, will house relics like his Petrie desk, Poppins' soot-stained trousers, and a vault of home movies capturing his vaudeville roots. His parents were performers too, instilling a love for the limelight from cradle songs. As the high tea wound down, with sunset painting the Pacific in hues of rose and gold, Van Dyke's jest lingered like a gentle fog. "It'd be funny if I didn't make it," words that underscore his philosophy. Embrace the punchline whatever it may be. At 99 he's outlived peers like Carl Reiner and Jerry Lewis, yet remains a fixture on screens, guesting on The Morning Show, with biting satire on aging in Hollywood. His fitness routine? Yoga at dawn, ballroom dancing weekly, and a strict, no negativity rule that's as rigorous as any gym set. Fans, from TikTok teens discovering Chitty Chitty Bang Bang to boomers rewatching Diagnosis, Murder, flood his socials with birthday pleas, "Make it to 100 Dick, we need more of your magic." And as December 13th approaches, with plans for a century bash at the Hollywood Bowl, guest list rumored to include Tom Hanks and Lin-Manuel Miranda, one thing's clear. Whether he hits triple digits or bows out with a cosmic gag, Van Dyke's legacy is etched in joy. In a world that often